tonight we have literally somebody that is going to drop some value, guys. And this somebody is someone that, we get to hear from only in quality moments, right? And, it's crazy because I've actually been able to learn a ton from this individual that's going to be speaking and going over this subject, right? And family, I just want to say, like, the obstacles this person has been able to overcome, right? And then be able to go and help literally like hundreds and thousands of other people do the same thing, but in their own way, it's just crazy, right? And family, tonight, what we are going to be going over, and not we, but what this individual is going to be going over is attraction marketing 101, right? And tonight, we have our one and only, right? The top SMX educator, okay, LeAnn Donoso. Family, I'm gonna pass it to you. And listen, guys, if you all do not understand the house rules, number one, make sure that you're in a room that you can focus. Look, I got two crazy kids going out there ready to go trick or treating, right? But I had to come in here, lock in, get focused, right? So that's rule number one. Number two, whether it's your laptop, your phone, whether you have physical notes, some type of way that you can take notes. It's not because note takers are money makers, but when you go out and you actually apply and go and teach your own squad, some of the people that couldn't make this call, right? This information that's going to be going over tonight, we will be able to go out there and not just apply these great value tips and gems, but we'll be able to go and duplicate these things as well, right? And number three, if you guys can drop some type of engagement in the chat so LeAnn can understand that you guys are paying attention, okay? So look, drop some, I'm gonna say C1 millies in the chat, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to the number one SMX educator, LeAnn Donoso. The floor is all yours, sister. Let's get in.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate you. And I hope you go take the kids out trick-or-treating because, oh my God, Halloween is so much fun. I love all the candy. I love all the treats. I literally made these like pizza skull pocket things earlier and it was a blast. I love the holidays and they're really good for content too, let me tell you. But today is going to be going kind of covering what we can do for next week when it comes to is that my computer? Is that someone else's computer or is that my computer? I'm so confused.
Austin, I think that's you, bro.
Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Forget. I was like, I don't know where that is coming from. Okay, so today we're gonna go over kind of like how we can go about participating for next week in content creation. And if somebody could have let me, oh yeah, there we go. I made this little document. I'm going to start by just going over some tips when it comes to social media, because if you guys are new to social media, this might be more advanced. But if you guys have, history and you've made content before and you've made videos, then this will be probably, really good advice for you. So, the first thing is that when you guys go on these conventions, from my experience, I've been attending them since I was literally 18 years old, and everyone's watching. Everyone is watching the most when you're traveling, when you're getting things done, when you're out there exploring, when you're going on these flights, because it's kind of like out of the norm. And sometimes people might get used to the content that you're just putting out there on a daily basis. But then when you actually go out and you're like, living your best life, or you're living these activities and doing these things that people don't necessarily get to do very often, that's when I think, people are the most interested. So some tips is right before you go, I would do a 24-hour break on your stories. If you don't already know, this kind of like reboots the system. That's the best way I can describe it, is it's going to help you kind of flush out anyone who's not interested. And the next story after the 24 hours, you want to post your face. Okay. If you do the 24-hour cleanse and the next post, the first post that you post is like a reshare, or it's a quote, or it's of your food, it's not going to do well. You need the first post to be of your face, either talking, either a selfie, either you on the airplane, you checking in, you walking, you with friends. It has to have you in it. And then that will honestly like launch you for the weekend. If you're also just wanting to get more views on your story, you can also just do that at any time. Like start your day every single day with you in the video or with you on the screen. I always get way more engagement when I do that because after, like, let's say I'm sleeping for like 9 hours or something, all of those stories people have seen, they might expire, and then boom, the first story is of my face again. So highly recommend doing that. The next thing is stickers. So this is going to be like polls, questions, reactions. All of that is really helpful for your stories. And then also, when it comes to like what to post, I want you guys to really take the behind the scenes route. So many people are caught up in kind of like looking professional or like making content that like looks good, or they're taking a picture of outside the plane and that looks great, but you want people to relate to you. You want to build a connection with the audience, and just taking a photo of the outside of the plane window is not going to build a connection. What is going to build a connection could be maybe that same photo, but on the screen you put, are you a window or an aisle person? Or it could be, I was 20 minutes late for my flight. Does anybody else show up last minute, or are you guys showing up early to the airport? Or something where you're building a connection, you're asking a question, you're maybe explaining like what happened in that time frame that you're taking the photo in. So you're kind of like over explaining versus just taking the photo, right? So if it's like you at the convention, yes, you could take a photo of the convention of you where you're sitting, but who's speaking? What are they speaking about? What part of it has moved you? What did you learn? Right? Don't just think, oh, this is a fun video. Actually go deeper and talk about the behind the scenes and film the behind the scenes, right? Don't just film your outfit, film you getting ready to put on the outfit. You see what I'm saying? So try to take it a step behind rather than just showing like the final effect. So those are just some very basic tips, okay, just to get us started. Now, the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about before you guys head out is that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what I've heard my entire life in entrepreneurship and business and everything, but specifically with social media. I love you guys. I love this already. I love you. You want to pre-save what you're going to talk about, okay? And actually, let me go ahead and just give you, I'm going to open up my notes here and I'm going to give you an example. So let's say the last time I went to, Disney, okay? I have my content and my everything literally saved beforehand. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. 1 second. Um, Hold on, I'm gonna try to copy and paste it. Okay. So like, actually, that was not even a good one. Hold on a second. I really want you guys to actually see what this looks like. So just give me one moment so that I can find this in my notes. I see you guys in the comments. Okay, so I cannot find this for my last Disney one, but this is something that I did for my last Greece trip. So when Cruiser and I went to Greece, this is what my notes look like in my phone. So I have the topic. So I'll have the location. So for some of it, I'll put like Athens, or I'll put at the airport, or I'll give like the location of what the video is going to be. So for this, these were all my in the water videos. So I'm having sounds that I've already pre-saved to my notes. So this one, if we click on it, Cruiser and I did film this. I haven't posted it yet. But this is the video. It's super funny.
Guys, I think I saw a shark just now. I will give you 5 million for 10% equity.
Okay, anyways, the video is not the point, but they're just like video ideas and video sounds. So this was something that I did post.
It's what you wear for earrings. They literally give me compliments. In my ear.
Okay, so I will save the sound in a video. So that way, when I want to film, I literally just click on it and then I go to the sound and I click record. Okay, so if you have all of these saved, like I literally have, you guys can see here, all of these are saved content ideas. Okay, so save your sounds. That is the point of the message. Okay, save your sounds, save them into folders. Be prepared with the type of content that you want to create, the transitions that you want to do. Something else that I'll do is I'll plan my shots, because if I want to take a video that's like at the airport and then a transition at the other place, I need to know what the shots are going to look like so that I can go easily, oh, and this is the airport, this is the spot that I'm looking for, or something like that, right? So plan the shots that you need. That way ahead of time, you kind of have, you have the preparation there. The next thing is to give yourself extra time. You want to make sure that you are not like rushed, especially when it comes to content creation. It takes an extra time. Like it takes longer to film yourself getting ready than it would to just get ready. So if you know that, then you need to, plan an extra 20 minutes. It's going to take longer to film a transition. It's going to take longer at the airport if to get on your flight if you're trying to film content at the airport. So I always just tell people to give yourself extra time, show up to events early, show up to locations early, show up to dinners early, show up to everything with some extra time. Next thing is to collaborate and tag. If you guys have fun ideas, I've always said this before, but whenever there are multiple people in a video, it is going to do better with the algorithm. The reason for this is, let's say I watch a video, there's 3 girls and they're dancing. I'm going to watch it the first time. I'm probably going to like watch maybe one girl or the main girl. Then I'm going to watch it again so I can watch the second girl. Then I'm going to watch it again to watch the third girl. I might even watch it the fourth time to like actually capture what they're doing after I watch each one individually. So a lot of the times people are rewatching these videos to get, the actual video of each individual person. They're also just better when you have like some sort of collaboration, because if you guys have ever heard of the Hype House, why did they have the Hype House? Why did all these famous TikTokers feel the need to just move into a house and create TikToks together? Well, they were helping each other grow their platforms, because my audience of, 14,000 plus somebody else's audience of 14,000 is now almost 30K, and the video is going to do better. Okay, so collaborate with each other, and then also tag each other. I think that that's super, super helpful. I would recommend finding some of your favorite, influencers or your favorite educators or chairman or whoever, and trying to film. But I would suggest coming to them with a plan. Okay, so you could request interviews, request videos. But like I said, always come with the plan. Don't just come and be like, hey, I'd love to film a video with you. And then the person standing there like, okay, like what? Come with your idea, and be prepared again with that. But always, like I said, go up to these chairmen, go up to these educators. They want to actually film with you. They want to participate. Everybody who, you guys, all the chairmen, all the educators, they want to grow IM to be the biggest company in the world. So chances are they're going to want to film video with you to get more exposure for our company and help you grow your business and help you, in that way. Okay. So request all those things, collaborate. The next thing is to be, but also just to put this out there, because I am an educator in German, respect people's time. Don't do these 5-minute interviews. Like ask them one question, like one little 30-second question if you're trying to get them to film, just because it can be overwhelming when they have to do that with a million people. Okay, just putting that out there. The next thing is be active on your stories. Okay, so from the moment you get there, I would suggest having this is my strategy. Feel free to take it or don't. I recently taught this to Cruiser and I think it changed his life, actually. Thumbs up. Did it change your life, the drafts? He's gonna put thumbs up no matter what. Um, basically, basically, what I do is I will film for one day and I will save a bunch of drafts. Okay, not giraffes, drafts. I will save drafts, and no boomerangs. Somebody asked me, if you guys are curious, why we do not do boomerangs, and they look spammy. They look not professional. Okay, that's my opinion. You don't have to accept it. That's fine. But like I said, so let's say tomorrow I film all my drafts. I wake up in the morning, maybe I'm getting ready for the airport, so I film like a photo of me like before. I film a video getting in the car. I film a video talking about where I'm going. I film a photo of my luggage, something like that. Okay, I'm saving everything to a draft. What I do is or I don't even save them to draft. I just take all the videos. And then the night before, at night, right before I go to sleep, I will usually, if while I'm on vacation, not usually at home when I do this, but while I'm on vacation, I'll go through, I'll find all the videos that I liked that I took from that day and I'll make them into a drafts and I'll put them cohesively. So I'll have, a clip of me of my face, then I'll have a clip of maybe people talking. I'll have a clip of, maybe the beach, and then I'll have a clip of like a dinner. So it's kind of like cohesive where it's not the same thing back to back. It's not a bunch of selfies, it's not a bunch of videos. Matt, I thought you were good. I think I love Leann already. I love it. Thank you. So I always, like I said, I save all the drafts. The next day, my strategy that I like, the reason I like this is because I never feel like I'm stressed to post something. Um, I think it's very important to like live in the moment and enjoy where you are. But I also think it's super easy for me to whip out my phone and literally hit the camera button and take a picture. Like that's not hard for me. The hard part is like, okay, let me adjust it. Let me add text. Let me add music. So I usually will just do that at the end of the night so I can enjoy my day, prepare my social media. And then the following day, I have all these drafts and I'm able to go in. And what my strategy is every usually 2 hours, I will post 2 pieces of content. Okay. Yeah. So get B-roll, get all your videos, everything. Just record it during the day. Yeah. And you're good to go. That's gonna be the next one, Felix. So, but like I said, on your drafts, you save them all, and then the next day, I usually post 2 times back to back every 2 hours. And I'll usually do that for maybe it's like 2 to 4 hours, okay? But I usually like to post two stories at a time, even if it's like a photo or a video, whatever it is, even if it's a quote, I usually post two at a time. That way it's a little bit more interesting. If somebody's constantly seeing your story and they just see one story and then it's gone, it's kind of boring to me. But if I know if I'm posting two at a time, I know the next time somebody clicks my story, they're going to click through at least two of my stories. That I think that it's better. I don't know why it's better, but it's better. Okay, so drafts, edit them the night before, and then post them sporadically throughout the next day. So that, like I said, that's my strategy. That's what I do. You don't have to do it, but it's a little bit easier for me in that aspect. But you want to be active. And so that's how I stay active. I'm not doing something 24/7. In fact, if I take too many videos, I will just stretch them all over to the following day. And I'll literally post the same. When I went to Greece, it looked like I was in Greece for like 5 more days after I was because I had so much content and I was just posting it every couple hours. Right. So, what if someone posts people's stories are over 15 stories per day? Is that too much? I personally think it can be too much, but it depends on what the stories are. If they're super engaging, if you're getting a lot of responses, if you're having conversations, then I think it's fine. But if you're not getting any engagement and you're just spamming, then, I don't think that that's helpful, right? So, yeah, you kind of adjust. Maybe not every single day, maybe one day where it's like a super eventful day. You have a lot of photos, you have a lot of videos. Feel free to share them. I was confused when I saw you post in Greece. Yeah, I'm never where I am usually when I'm posting a story. If I'm posting it, I'm usually gone. Okay, the next one is always be filming. This kind of goes in the same hand in hand is that I encourage people to document versus create. So it's a lot harder for me personally to like sit down and film like a get ready with me video or to sit down and film like a hair tutorial or stuff like that. My favorite type of content to film is just me living life. Okay, so if I am getting ready, I'll just set the camera down and I'll just record me kind of like curling my hair or something. And I use that. I usually just film tons of B-roll every single day. And then if I'm really excited about something, I'll do a talking video. Like if I'm at the convention, I'll say, all right, guys, so here we are. Don't do that. Don't start a video with all right, guys, or hello, guys, or hello, everyone, or anything that has to do with like multiple people. Just start your video. Just say, we're at the event today and this is what we're doing. This is who I'm with, something, something, whatever. Okay, so Like I said, document over. I start with what up, familia. Yeah, don't do that anymore. I mean, you can do it every so often, but try to cut it. If you can, sometimes I'll film a video and I will literally cut out my first five words because like they're usually irrelevant, when I'm okay. So everybody, today we are going to go to the bank and blah, blah. I'm just saying we're going to the bank and then we're doing this. So try to cut out the fluff and get straight to the point. You'll get longer watch time that way. Okay, next thing are some ideas, okay? So vlogs with a specific hook, okay? These are some great ones to film at the convention. A day in the life of a day trader. Come with me to learn about crypto and day trading from the elites. Fly with me to Mexico for a crypto event or something along those lines. Get really specific. You can also get specific with like who you are. So what do you do? So it's like it sounds so silly like to put yourself in a box, but you really want to try if you can. That's going to help you build a target audience. So like I'm a woman in my 20s, you know, and I have no kids and I love soccer. Those are so random things, but all of those things together can create this specific niche person that can relate to people out there. So it could be like day trading in my 20s as someone who doesn't have kids yet and prioritizes, traveling the world. That would target that specific type of person. And if you're targeting everyone, you're attracting no one. So you really want to get down and try to figure out who your target audience is. So even this, like day in the life of a day trader, try to get even more specific. Day in the life of a day trader living in Seattle, or day in the life of a day trader who, is investing or who's making minimum wage at my part-time job, like it doesn't have to be like super crazy, but it has to be you. Okay. So get specific as you can. Those types of vlogs I think do great. They can be voiceovers. So you film all the B-roll and then at the end of the day, you just voice it over. Or it could be a video where you're just talking about the day. Like today we're going here. All right, we're in the car. We're getting an Uber and we're going to this. This is what we're having for dinner. This is the trade I just took. This is how much so and so made today, whatever, hype up your friends. I don't know, something like that throughout the convention. Okay. Next one, I love a good quote and montage. I think this is a really simple. Ooh, I don't know how to mute people. This is a really simple type of edit that you can do is like I said, if you're documenting and you're taking a bunch of videos throughout the day, at the end, you can just put them all into a video and add a quote on top. Since most of you guys are doing like entrepreneurship niche, trading niche, there are a lot of great speakers who have really cool, audios and stuff like that you can, personal development quotes, all of that can be used. And the reason I say that is because the hard truth is nobody cares who we are. Like when I post a video and it's like of myself in Greece and I'm, jumping into the water, like nobody cares. All right. I didn't get to Chairman 10 by posting cool lifestyle videos, right? I got to where I am by posting content that was going to relate to people and help them. So that's by saying, giving if I am going to make travel content, I'm not just posting cool videos. I'm telling people where they are, when they should go, and how much it costs. Those are videos that people are going to save. That's why, because people are going to ask, like, what's in it for me? And a cool montage of you in Mexico at this trading event is going to attract no one unless there's some sort of value attached to it. So a quote is a really simple way to add value, okay? Because it's like opening up people's minds. Or you're giving tips, or maybe in your caption, you give some of the best tips you learned, or some cryptos that people should invest in right now, So it could be in the video, it could be in the caption. Either way, there has to be some sort of takeaway that people are getting. Because chances are people are asking themselves, like, who is this person and why do I care? Unless there's a few things that I've told people, unless you are super beautiful or handsome, like beyond, and people are just watching the video because you look good and it's amazing, right? That's how people get followers. Or you're really, really rich and the lifestyle you have is just so mind-blowing that people want to stay to learn more because it's interesting to them. Or you have you're really talented at editing or videography and the clips are just mind-blowing. Okay. If it's not one of those, you probably need to add value somewhere else. Okay. Next thing is a talking video. So this can be you at the event. It could be you at the Airbnb. It could be you at dinner. And you can start your video with the word you. I always encourage people start videos with the word you. You should. The next suggestion is start videos with a negative. This is a hook strategy. If you guys want more hook ideas, I can give them to you later. But a hook strategy is called the negative hook. And it's basically like, you don't need to waste your time at a 9 to 5, or you can't learn to trade from YouTube, or you won't make $1 million overnight, something that has that negative word, like won't, can't, don't, shouldn't. All of that are hooks. Okay. So that's how you can kind of start any type of hook video, but these can be anything. It could be, four cryptos that you learn to invest in. So like stop investing in Bitcoin and invest into these coins. Okay, so that would be a negative. You're telling people to stop doing something, or you know what I'm saying? So think of something that's relevant and try to film it, while you're at the convention. Next thing is market your product. So whether that's travel, trading, social media, whatever you are promoting with our academy, that's what I would suggest you creating content about. Okay. So when I was mostly promoting trading, I was making trading content. I was making content on how to use the apps. I was making content on how to take trades. I was making content on how to use Go Live. I was making content just on my everyday morning routine where I jump on Go Live and I trade with the women in my business, right? So I was marketing that product very subtly, but I was marketing it every single day. When I switched to start doing social media marketing, okay, now I have a different sort of like brand that I try to build. But at the end of the day, you have to find whichever product you're promoting and do it every single day. And then lastly, of course, trending sounds. I would go on the lookout and I would go find some. I share trending sounds every single Monday. So if you guys want the ones from this week, I can probably drop them in the chat. But there are trending sounds, trending challenges. Cruiser and I just filmed one today. It's the suspect is blah, blah, blah. And then you roast the person. So like Cruiser roasted me because I have a ton of shoes. He was like, suspect has 1 million pairs of shoes and still thinks she needs another pair. So like those are trends that you can use. Do you recommend using the trending audio on the business dashboard on Instagram? No. When I use trending sounds, it's usually from videos that I have actually seen. Like I will scroll through content and find what people are actually using, because if it's on the business dashboard on Instagram, that means it's trending on Instagram, but is it trending for your niche and your audience? Maybe not. So I usually don't find trends that way. I usually find them through actually watching content, which is why I tell everyone to hop on the Monday sessions, because it can get exhausting having to scroll through and find those trends. So I'll try to drop them in the chat. Okay. Intentional scrolling. How do we know when not to tag someone? Sometimes it looks like it's self-promotion. What are your thoughts? If they're in the video, then I would tag them. If they're not in the video and they're not a part of the content, I wouldn't tag them. Like, I don't just tag all the makeup brands in every video because I want makeup brand deals. You know what I'm saying? I always try to, it has to make sense. Yeah, make it make sense. Like if they're in the video, if they have something to do with the video, then go ahead and tag them. If not, then I wouldn't. Okay, last thing is get creative. Okay, so what are your strengths? Figure out, do people tell you you're super funny? Do people tell you you're super good looking? Do people say you're really good with words? Do people compliment your videography? What is it? Because that's usually where you want to show up on social media the best. Okay, people want to see that. I think I'm really good at finding trends, so I usually try to participate in trends because I think that they're funny. I think that my audience enjoys them. And then lastly is storytelling. Whoever tells their story the most wins. And if you don't know what your story is, I'm going to break it down for you right now. Okay. Your story is where you were. Okay. So for me, I was in college, broke, making minimum wage, working at a pizza place, and I was depressed. That's where I was. What I saw, why I got started is, okay, so where you were, why you got started with I am. Okay. So I would say, I wanted time freedom and I wanted to be able to travel the world. I didn't want a job that was going to make me have to show up every single day. I wanted to be able to be remote. Okay. And that's why trading was it for me. And so then you talk about, then the third thing is where you are right now. Okay. So now I'm a part of an academy. I'm learning online. I take trades from professional traders every single day on our live sessions. Whatever that is for you. And then the last one is where you're going. I plan to quit my job in 6 months and, move out of my mom's house, or I plan on, uh, leaving, or I plan on investing all of my trading income into my own self-retirement program so that I can quit my job in 5 years. Whatever it looks like for you. So where you were, why you wanted to get started with trading, where you are now, and where you're going. That is your story. The more often you can tell people that, the better. So how can you incorporate that? Well, if you're going to this convention, you can say, this is convention number 1 of changing my life from broke working at a pizza place to being financially free and traveling the world. This is the first convention. This is my first step in getting there. That would be combining the content that you're making for this convention with your story. Okay. So always try to tell your story. If you're posting Go Live, yeah, that's really cool. But hey, plugging in for my 5th session this week to set myself up for success, or day 5 of teaching myself a skill that will help me make money from my phone. Okay. That's like where you're going. So any one of those 4 aspects are going to help you build that audience to kind of get behind you. So that's kind of it. I think that's all I'm really going to talk about. The next part is like stuff everybody already knows, at least in our team. So that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. I know that was a lot, but take it one step at a time. Just give it a go, give it a try. And then, if you have any questions, ask me. I'll be at the convention. So, we can ask in person. You can meet me. You can say, is this a good sound? I can help you edit stuff. I'm very honest. Okay. I'm very honest. Most of the time, if I think the content is not great, I will tell you, don't do that. I'll tell you, hey, let's fix this, or let's not say that, or let's change the first clip. There are strategies to social media that people just aren't aware of. So, I'll help you guys with that in person at the convention. But I can't wait to see you guys there. Yay! Can't wait to hop on calls Mondays. Yes, the weekly trend report is a lot of fun. Just going over trends. It's a good time. All right, you guys, but that is going to be it for today. Happy Halloween. Thanks for all hopping on. And being consistent with this. I think, Cruiser is like the most consistent person I've ever met in my life. And I think that he's such a great leader to follow behind, as well as Austin and Felix and Ace. Everybody on the call, I feel like you guys are just so accountable to be showing up here on Halloween, like pouring into others. I think is amazing. I don't have any kids, so I'm at home tonight, but I love you. I hope you have a great Halloween, and I will talk to you guys all this weekend. Bye, everybody.